Hello and welcome to Threefold Herbal Healing. I'm clinical herbalist Sade. I help people who struggle with chronic conditions grow their health from the roots up. Today I wanted to talk about constipation. It's a topic that many people are struggling with constipation, but we don't talk about it, maybe because it's not polite to talk about it on the dinner table, but also because there is a lot of shame associated with constipation, and people refrain from sharing it with others. So we need to have all the information in order to be able to take care of constipation. Before I begin, I want to just say that this video is made for educational purposes only. I don't mean to diagnose, heal, or treat any condition. So constipation, how to know if you are constipated, because there is a lot of confusion around it. So for some people, it's very simple. They know that they are constipated, but many people who are constipated don't know about it. I have it happening very frequently that clients come to my office and I ask them, are you constipated? And they say no. And then when I ask, well, how often do you have bowel movement? And they said, oh, every 3 to 4 days. Well, no, ma'am. You are constipated if you don't poop every day. So that's the quantity time part of it. But there is a quality type of stool that you want to see in order to not consider yourself constipated. If your stool comes in small palette like goat stool or a little bigger and not in this nice banana, you are constipated. If your stool is very dry and you need to put a lot of pressure to evacuate, you are constipated. So we are talking about quantity of times that you actually have bowel movement, but also quality of your bowel movement. Now you consider yourself constipated and you want to know why you're constipated, because you can take care of your constipation if you don't know why it's happening. Constipation, it's not a root cause, it's a symptom of something that is underlying. So there are two types of root cause of constipation. There is structural and there is functional. The structural is actually structural obstruction of the passage in the colon and rectum through which the stool needs to pass. It could happen either because of cancer or any kind of growth like that block the passage. Also because hemorrhoids might block the passage, but it could happen also because of trauma or surgery in the pelvic floor. So we are talking about conditions like hysterectomy, C-section, that can lead to adhesion, rectal prolapse, all kinds of issue that block the passage of in the colon and rectum. And then the stool cannot pass and empty. If you suspect that you have structural issue, the best thing to do is reach out to a pelvic floor physical therapist. They do an amazing job. I highly recommend. Functional is when things in the pelvic floor are not functioning right. Now, there are a couple of reasons that could happen. One of them has to do with your diet. And when we are talking about diet, we are talking about not enough fiber, you probably heard that, and not enough hydration. That means that, first of all, you can't form a healthy stool that can easily go down. The other thing that happens with fiber is that fiber and resistant starch feed your gut bacteria. And your gut bacteria produce 75% of the serotonin in your body is actually produced by your gut bacteria in the colon. And that serotonin is what activate the peristalsis, the muscle contraction and relaxation that move your stool downward toward the rectum and emptying. So if you don't have enough fiber, you don't create you don't form the stool, but also you don't have enough serotonin to actually produce peristalsis. The other thing is, of course, hydration. Without hydration, your stool is very, very dry, and the mucous membranes in the colon cannot produce mucus. So with all this dryness, it's very hard for the stool to sleep out. So those are two important things to know. Other root cause has to do with really gut bacteria more. So SIBO. SIBO is a condition when you have a high number of bacteria in the small intestines and they compete with you over the nutrient from the food you eat. And because they want to munch on the food longer, they actually reduce peristalsis. They actually halt the entire system to keep the nutrient close to them. So it's like keeping the clothes and not letting the waitress take it away, even though it's time to let go. Another thing that can happen is dysbiosis. So because of diet, you develop in your colon types of gut bacteria that do not produce the serotonin that you need in order to have those peristalsis. And the last type of distraction functional issues that can actually cause constipation has to do with the connection between the brain and the pelvic floor. Stress by itself reduce blood flow and to the area. So the area don't get enough nutrients and not enough waste product are taken away. Both the lymphatic and the blood system are not active enough in the area. And that goes because of stress. So you want to reduce stress and you want to increase movement. So all the juices work in your pelvic floor. And there is problem with dysautonomia and IBS when there is disconnection with the brain and the pelvic floor. And for all of those things, we have herbs that can help support us. If you struggle with constipation and you feel like you want my help, don't hesitate. I do give 20 minutes free herbal consultation. You can find me at www.threefoldherbalhealing.com/consult and book tea time with me. Let's talk. Don't stay constipated. It's not a good place to be. Not physically, not mentally. You really want to solve your constipation. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I hope it was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or if you learned something that you didn't know before. Have a good day. Bye.